Hello and welcome back, I'm Sean, and today I'm checking out a super innovative instrument technology to see if this is a good innovation to get yourself into playing instruments. So let's check it out. So starting with what I like about this instrument is definitely the ease of packing it down and bringing it around. So Enya provides you with a carrying case, and this entire setup gets packed down into a small and sturdy hard case. So all you gotta do is just fold this part down, and at the back here you can also pull out the neck of the guitar, and it comes into two pieces, and the entire instrument will fit inside a small bag like this, so it's pretty convenient to bring around. And secondly, I also love the sound quality you get with all the instrument recordings on the Cyber-G itself, and to be honest, from the moment you turn it on, that speaker just plays a beautiful startup melody. And all the instrument sounds you get inside here is really high quality recording, so if I press here, also, another thing that I like about this is the app integration, and there's just so much you can configure with this app, assigning different keys to the neck or backing instruments to the keyboard. And on top of that, there is also a sing and play feature where you get to play along with all your favorite songs, at least popular tracks that are available now. So you can just turn on the app and sing along with the lyrics with guidance so you know what to press, which is super cool. So I also like the fact that there are options if you don't only want to use the onboard speaker, you can also output it to a headphones, or you can also plug it to a larger amplifier to use it for larger gigs. And if you want to play instruments as a one-man band, you can also enable the drum beat backing, so you can also play around with the drum beats. So in order to enable the drum beat backing, all you're gonna do is just press this button at the end here, the blinking button. So if you press this, it starts a drum backing, and here you can just press on the keys and you'll start playing a very nice melody. And I also like the fact that this thing comes with a 5-hour playtime if you use the built-in speaker, and if you plug it into an external amplifier, the battery will last upwards of 10 hours, which is really good. And finally, the keyboard that you get here is also modular, so you can just slide this out and change it to a different instrument modules in the future. And secondly, you can also use this keyboard as a MIDI keyboard plug straight into your computer via the Type-C port at the back, which is super convenient. So the thing about the Cyber-G is that it's not a guitar, and it's not meant to be played like a guitar. So if you are buying this thinking that you can learn the guitar, I think this is not for you. And I think at most you can learn with this is how a guitar would sound like, and also perhaps learn about following beats and tempos. So I think with that, this is a very great instrument for that. And if you really want to just learn guitar chords and progressions, I think this is not something that will teach you that. Also, like I've mentioned, unlike guitar with chords and progression to learn, these are basically flashing lights or buttons for you to press and play music. But again, since it's not a proper chord or consistently placed notes, there is really no way of memorizing where the lights will pop up next for you to play with your eyes closed, or feeling the beat. You know, when you play guitar, you can just close your eyes and just play the different chords. But with this, you just won't know where the next key is gonna pop up unless you get really good with it. So another thing to note that is the RGB on the neck itself shines forwards, meaning if you're wearing this like a guitar and looking down at it like that, you might not see the lights, and you would need to kind of like bend forward to see where the next light is coming out so you know where to press. So that's something to take note of. Of course, when you're familiar with it and it's clear and where you configure each note, then yes, you can play it without looking at the fretboard. So for a pretty innovative and futuristic instruments like this, the Cyber-G is pretty well priced, and you get a basic package without optional accessories at $500 or about 2,277 Malaysian ringgit, which is pretty well priced considering you can buy an acoustic electric baby Taylor at the same price as well. So if you find value in what you hear and like what you see, do subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so the YouTube algorithm can pick this up. And if you want to buy the Enya Cyber-G, do check out my links below. So to use the Cyber-G is really simple, and I would urge you to use the sing and play component in the app itself first, so to get the really good feel of the Cyber-G. So inside the app itself, all you gotta do is just select the songs that you like, and it will generate and sing over the score sheet over to your Cyber-G almost instantly, and you just need to press according to the lights. So let's take a look at one of the songs. So here I'm going to choose Love Story So all I gotta do is just click on it, and you can see that it starts generating the song sheet itself. And from the Cyber-G itself, you will start to see a flashing lights here. So all you gotta do is just press accordingly, and it will just play according to the song. So of course when you play it, all you gotta do is just press here and it will enable the fret, and you gotta then press any of the buttons here. And if you want to end that note, all you gotta do is just press one of the flat buttons here. So another way you can experience this is to learn to play some songs using chord sheets online. So first you need to set up the fretboard in the app itself, and under the homepage of the Enya app you can choose any of your presets. You can change the chord pad settings at the bottom, and here you can also set up the fretboard with all the different keys. So for example, you can set up all the middle keys here, because the fretboard actually is spread into 3 portions. You can see the 3 lines here, so 1, 2 and 3. And you can set up all the middle to be the major chords, and at the bottom you can set it up as the minor chords, and here you can set up as 7 chords or any other chords that you want to. And with that setup, you basically can play any song under the sun. And not only that, if you want to play like a normal guitar, you want to transpose the whole fretboard instead of using a capo on a normal guitar, you can also use a toggle switch here at the headstock here, and when you just toggle it, it will actually change and transpose the fretboard higher or lower. So let's take a look. So for example, now I'm playing the C chord, and if I were to toggle this way, or I toggle it the other way, so with that, I just transpose the whole fretboard very easily just using a simple toggle right up here. So another way you can play Cyber-G is through the playing mode, either sing and play or solo. And under the sing and play mode, you can also choose the rhythm you want to use. And there are so many available inside the app to choose from, and each of it gives you a custom picking pattern, strumming pattern or special technique. And this is how they sound like. Currently what I'm going to do is to select one of the picking patterns here. So this is called Miss Dong. So if I have Miss Dong turned on and I were to press any of the keys here, so that's the sound that you get with this particular picking pattern. So if let's say I want to change it to a different picking pattern, all I gotta do is just click on this one, and here I have a whole library of different sounds that I can choose from. And here you can actually press the headphones button to actually hear how it sounds like. Or I can just choose one that I want. Let's say I want to go to this one, no longer speak. So I'll just select this one. And once I do that, it instantly changes the sound of the fret. So if I were to press this, so that's how you change it. So not only that, you can not only choose guitar, you can also choose electric guitar, and here there are tons of electric guitar sounds that you can choose from. So let's just pick one simple one. So let's just choose this one. I'm not too sure how that will sound, but this is how it sounds like. And if you want to have a backing track along with that, so that's how you change the strumming pattern of the solo mode. So that's under solo mode. So under solo mode, you also get the keyboard here, so you can just play whatever backing track that you want. You can change this into all different types of instruments. So here I have piano. So it sounds like a piano. I can also press this button here to change it on the fly. So this changes it to a different instrument. I can also change it again. that's under solo mode, so that's all the things you can do. And another feature that I really like is how quickly you can set the tempo on the sounds that you want to play. So for example, now the tempo sounds like this. Okay, and if I want to play it in a faster tempo, all I gotta do is just press the circle button in the middle here, so I can just tap it at the tempo that I want to. So it should change the tempo. So if I want a slower tempo, I just tap slower. Very cool. But just with that, there are so many features and things that you can just play with the Cyber-G and the Enya app, and you can also explore them, so it's really quite fun. And every time I get hold of this, I just spend hours playing with it and exploring and just learning how to use this thing, so it's very fun. So the whole Cyber-G here weighs in at 2 kilograms. It's honestly not that heavy, and comparing it to an electric guitar, I think the weight is pretty much lighter, and it's definitely heavier than an acoustic guitar. So the Cyber-G comes in two parts, so mainly the neck part here and the body part right over here. So as I showed you earlier, this thing folds down really small and very easily. And if you want to play it compact, you don't even have to fold the thing up, you can just play it like that. Just pretty cool as well. But if you want to use a strap, you definitely need to fold it up. And you also get the keyboard that slides in, and I believe that this is also modular, so in the future you can also switch this out to another component. So the neck here has a button where you can just click and remove it or plug it in, very easy. And there are also a few buttons on the Cyber-G, and at the top here you get a big knob, which is also your power button and also the volume knob. So when you turn this, it will adjust the volume level, very nice. So next to that is also a mode button that allows you to switch between sing and play as well as solo mode. And on the other side here, you get a 3.5mm headphone jacks to plug your headphones to use the Cyber-G in a quiet environment, and also a USB Type-C charging port, as well as to use it as an interface for OTG recording. So at the end of the Cyber-G is also a 1/4-inch port for you to plug this directly into a guitar amp. And below the keyboard is also a large speaker, which includes a 10-watt tweeter as well as a 20-watt woofer, generating powerful and beautiful instrument sounds. So the volume on the Cyber-G is also really good. Natively, if you play it without an amp, it's loud enough to play for a small group of people, and you can also play softly with no problems. So there are 10 levels of volume on this one, and in a quiet room you can play it soft and comfortably at around level 3, and by level 7 it's loud enough for a small group of 5 people singing, and you can cover a good sized living room. And I think by level 10 you could actually play this fairly loudly in a small hall with maybe 15 people singing along. And the good thing about it is that it doesn't distort even at high volume, so it's actually quite amazing. All in all, a really fun instrument to have, and there is a special niche of users who would love to play this guitar. Personally, it's more of an enjoyable alternative instrument, but when it comes to music, I still prefer using my trusty guitar. But that's just me, so will you buy the Enya Cyber-G? Let me know in the comment section below. On a separate note, if you want to also check out one of the coolest all-in-one speaker system that can replace your soundbar, then you really need to check out the Cambridge Audio Evo 1 right over here, and I'll see you over at that video.